हेलो स्टूडेंट्स। मेरा नाम एडी बोरुडे पीजीटी फिजिक्स ऑफिस जैन वाशिम। शुरू करते हैं फिजिक्स क्लास 12th का पहला यूनिट इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक which carry the 8 marks in the CBSE examination. This is the introductory lecture about the electrostatics. The breakup of the unit is Coulomb's law, electric field, electric potential, application of the Gauss theorem, theory of the capacitors. Let us start. The electromagnetism, it is a branch of the physics. It has a two types, electrostatics and electrodynamics. Theory of, theory of the charged particle at the rest, this known as a electrostatics, in which we study the properties of the charge, electric field, electric potential, Gauss theorem and its application and capacitance. And electrodynamics is the theory of the charged particle in a motion. When charged particles are in motion, in which we study the electric current, magnetism, electromagnetic induction, and alternating current. When charged particles are in motion, which constitute the electric current, and the current produces the magnetic field and electromagnetic induction, and last is the theory of the alternating current. Then what is the charge? Charge is a intrinsic property of the matter. Symbol is Q. SI unit is a coulomb. It is a scalar quantity. It has a two types of the charges. There are the two types of the charges, positive and negative. Charge always comes with mass, but reverse is not true. Charge always comes with the mass. How this is charges are produced? This known as a frictional electricity. Frictional electricity is the electricity produced by rubbing the two suitable bodies and transfer of the electron from one body to another body. When one body is rubbed over the other, then transfer of the electrons from the one body to other body takes place. For example, when silk is rubbed over the glass rod, a glass rod is rubbed with the silk, then ebonite rod is a rubbed with the fur. Then electron in the glass are loosely bound than the electrons in the silk. So glass and silk rub together, comparatively loosely bound electrons from the glass get transferred to the silk. As a result, glass becomes a positive charge. Those lose the electron, it becomes a positive charge, and silk becomes a negative charge when it accept the negative charge. In a glass and silk, when they are rubbed with one over the other, the glass having a loosely bound electrons transfer from the glass rod to the silk. So this glass becomes a positively charged and silk become a negative charge because of a excess negative charge received by the silk cloth. In the same way, ebonite and fur, when electrons in the fur are loosely bound than the electrons in the ebonite. So ebonite and fur rub together, comparatively loosely bound electrons from the fur get transferred to the ebonite. As a result, ebonite becomes a negatively charged and fur becomes a positive charge. When electron transfer from the one body to another, those transfer the electrons to the other body, it becomes a positively charged, and accepting body having a excess number of electrons, it get negatively charged. Just transfer of the charges from the one body to another body. It is a very important to note that electrification of the body, whether positive or negative, due to the transfer of the electron from the one body to another. That is, electrons are transferred from the one body, then deficiency of the electrons makes the body positive. Those body transfer the electron, it becomes a positively charged. If electrons are gained by the body, then excess of the electrons makes the body be negative. If two bodies from the following list are rubbed, then body appearing early in the list positive charge, whereas later is a negative charge. Means glass and silk, glass become a positive charge, silk becomes a negative charge. Wool, wool, amber, ebonite, rubber, plastic, and ebonite and polythene, dry hair and comb. The dry hair becomes a positive charge, comb becomes a negative charge. Just transfer of the charge one body to other. Then properties of the charges. This is property of the charges. These charges, there there exist only two types of the charges, positive and negative. Like charges are repel from each other, unlike charges are attract with each other. Like charges means positive, positive, they repel, or negative, negative also repel. But if charge is a positive and negative, then they will be attract to each other. Charge is a scalar quantity. This is another property. Charge is a additive in nature. Charge get added. This is a plus 2 coulomb plus 5 coulomb minus 3 coulomb equal to 4 coulomb. Means charge get added. Charge is a quantize. The quantization of the charge means charge never appear in a half the value. It is a complete integer. It is a value is a completely integer. Q is equal to n into e, where n is a 1, 2, 3. Like when we go to the shop and ask to give the two pens to me, then the shopkeeper will give the two pens. But if you ask give two and half pens to me, it is not possible. In this way, charge is a half charge is not a possible. It is always it is an integral multiple of the fundamental electronic charge, and charge value equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Charge is a conserved. The algebraic sum of the positive and negative charges in an isolated system remains constant. For example, when glass rod is rubbed with the silk, negative charge appears on the silk, and equal amount of the positive charge appears on the glass rod. Net charge on the glass silk system remains zero before or after rubbing. Means conservation of charge is not created nor destroyed. It can be transferred from the one body to the another body. Total charge in the system remains same or constant. These are the six properties of a charge. For we can revise it. Charge always exists a positive and negative. Like charges are repel, unlike charges are attract. Charge is a scalar quantity. Charge is additive in nature, and charge is always quantize. It is always appear. Q is equal to n into e. N is the integer, e is the fundamental charge, whose value is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Charge is a conserved. Charge is conserved means cha- in a one system, glass and silk, is one lose the electron, another is a gain. Means total charge before and after remains constant, yeah, same. The way of the charge body, how can we charge the body? First method is a charging by the conduction or direct contact. When two bodies, one is a charge and another is a uncharged, they touch each other, then charge is a charged body transfer the charges to the uncharged body. If both the if shape, size and material are the same, then they accumulate equal charges in the both the bodies. The transfer of the charge, when one charged body and another is an uncharged body, when rub one or touch one to another, then charged body transfer the charge to the uncharged body. If body having a same shape, size and material, then they accumulate or acquire the equal number of charges in the both bodies. Charging by induction. Induction means without any physical contact. Without touch, here two uncharged sphere, and this is a charged sphere having a negative charge. When he brought closer to each other, but not actually in physical contact. Then, due to this negative charge, the positive charge on this uncharged body attracted by the negative charge, and negative charge of this uncharged body, these are the repelled by this negative charge, and this charging method is known as a charging by induction without any physical contact. This is known as induction. Just one charged body brought close to the uncharged body, then by the induction, this positive charge get attracted by this negative charge of this charged body, and negative charge of the uncharged body they are repelled in the other side. This method of the charging is known as a induction. Means actually there is no contact between these two bodies. The third is a charging by friction. When one body is a rub with the other due to the thermal energy, outermost shell electrons they are loosely bound transfer from the one body to the another. During the transfer of the charge, mass is also transferred. These are the ways of the transfer of the charge. Then this is the important law in this unit. This is known as a Coulomb's law. The force between the 2 point electric charges, when 2 point charges have are attract or repel each other, that depends on their charge. If they having a same charge they repel from each other. If their charge is a different or unlike charges they are attract with each other. The amount of attraction, the force, yeah, repulsion force, it is calculated by using the law. This known as a Coulomb's law. Means when two charge point charges they are brought close to each other, they may attract or repel from each other, depending on their charges, and the force of attraction or repulsion it is calculated by the law. This law is known as a Coulomb's law. Let the electrostatic force of interaction, attraction or repulsion. The statement of the Coulomb's law is electrostatic force of interaction, either attraction or repulsion between the 2 point electric charges is directly proportional to the product of the charges and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them, or square of a distance between them, and it acts along the line joining these two charges. This force is also acts along the line joining these two charges. For example, the force the attraction between these two force of attraction or repulsion is directly proportional to the two charges q1 and q2. Assume this q1 and q2 charge, q1 and q2, 2 point charges, they are separated by a distance, or the force of interaction is directly proportional to their product, and force is also inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So this F is equal to the K Q1 Q2 divided by R square. K is known as a proportionality constant, and this known as a permittivity of the in a free space, and its value equal to 1 by k equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, and k value is a 1.9 into 10 raised to 9 is positive constant of a proportionality called as electrostatic force constant, yeah, Coulomb's constant. So this is the Coulomb's law. We can find the force of the attraction or repulsion between the 2 point charges due to this due to their charge. They attract or repel, either positive charge they are like charges they are repel from each other. The repulsion force, yeah, unlike charges they attract with each other. So attraction or repulsion force we can calculate using the Coulomb's law. And again this law is a directly proportional force of attraction or interaction is directly proportional to product of the charges, and it is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. So F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. This is the Coulomb's law. The k equal when this is in a free space, then k equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon naught is a permittivity in a free space. If it is in a medium, then we can write this as epsilon, where epsilon is the absolute electric permittivity of a dielectric medium. The dielectric constant or relative permittivity or specific inductive capacity or dielectric coefficient is given by K is equal to epsilon naught. This is a ratio of the epsilon to the epsilon naught, means permittivity in a medium to the permittivity in a free space. This ratio also is known as a K. In a vacuum, it is a taken as F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R square. But in a medium, it is taken as a 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon R Q1 Q2 divided by R square. Epsilon naught is 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12 coulomb square per Newton per meter square, and 1 by epsilon 4 pi epsilon naught equal to 8.9, or it is taken as a 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. This is the value. This value is a use in the numerical. We have to remember it for solving the numericals. The unit of charge, it is a coulomb. The 1 coulomb of a charge that which, when it is a place at the rest in a vacuum, distance of a 1 meter from the from an equal and similar stationary charges repel it, and repelled by the force equal to 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton. This is the definition of the unit charge 1 coulomb. And relative permittivity or dielectric constant. It is a ratio of a dielectric constant. Dielectric constant or relative permittivity given by the ratio of the absolute permittivity of the medium to the permittivity in the free space. Permittivity in a medium to the permittivity in a free space. This ratio is known as a dielectric permittivity. Continuous charge distribution, when charge is given to the different surfaces, अगर अलग अलग surface पे हम charge देंगे, they accumulate the charges. According to the say accumulation of the charge, they are classified. When it is accumulated in a line, then it is a linear charge density, or circumference of the circle is called as a linear charge density. Any charge which cover the space with the dimension much less than the distance away from the observation point can be considered as a point charge. Even when point charge means when that depends on the distance, when charge is a suppose there is a one metal ball and it is a accumulated with the charge, but distance is a very large, then it is considered as a point charge. It is a useful to consider density of the charge distribution as we do for density of a solid, liquid or gas, etc. Line or linear charge density is denoted by the lambda if charge is distributed over the straight line, or over the circumference of the circle, or over the edge of the cuboid, etc., then distribution is called as a linear charge distribution. And this is denoted by lambda equal to Q divided by L, charge per unit length. Or is a small portion of the acquired charge over the line is taken, then lambda is equal to dq by dl. Here q is equal to integration lambda into dl. Surface charge interface, when charge is distributed over the surface area, then distribution is called as a surface charge distribution. Surface charge density is charge per unit area. Unit is coulomb per meter square. And this is denoted by the symbol surface charge density is a sigma. This equal to q divided by s, charge per unit area, and its unit is a coulomb per meter square. When charge is accumulated or distributed over the volume, then is known as a volume charge density. It is denoted by rho. This is a rho equal to q divided by r. The volume charge density of a charge per unit volume. The charge is distributed over the volume, then distribution is called as a volume charge distribution. Volume charge density is the charge per unit volume. So rho equal to q divided by this term is a volume charge per unit volume. Limitation of the Coulomb's law. The Coulomb's law is not used for the extended body. It is a valid only at the point charge. It is not used in a extended body. It is used only on the point charges. Then second is a Coulomb's law is a valid only both the charges are at rest. Coulomb's law is a valid when both the charges at a rest. Coulomb's law is not valid when both charges are in a motion. If charges are in motion, this law is not valid. But it is a valid on the charge at rest and other charge in a motion. If one charge is in a motion and one is at rest, it is a valid. This is the limitation of the Coulomb's law. Then principle of the superposition. When this Coulomb's law, it is a for calculate the force of interaction between attraction or repulsion between the two charges. If there are the more than two charges are present in a system, then the force of interaction between due to the number of charges in a system, it is a calculated by using the superposition of a principle. Coulomb's law gives this force between the 2 point charges, but there are the number of interacting charges. Then force of on a one particular charge may be found using the superposition principle. Suppose the system of the charge contain Q1, Q2, and Q3 three charges are in the are the three charges. The net force on the charge Q2, net force on the charge Q2. So net force on a 2 Q2 charge equal to force force on 2 due to the 1 due to this first charge, and force on a 2 due to the third charge. This is a sum of the charges. This is the sum of the charges. The force on this charge. This is known as a superposition principle. If this system of n charges, the total electrostatic force of interaction, if the system, this is the example for the three charges. If in a system of the n charges, the total electrostatic force on any one charge is the vector sum of the forces due to the all the remaining charges on this charge. So if there are the n charges in the system, the electrostatic force on any one charge is the vector sum of the forces due to the all remaining charges on this charge. And F net on the n, this is the F force on the n charge due to the first, force on the nth charge due to the second, force on the n charge due to third, plus dash dash the force on the n charge due to n minus 1 charges. Thus force between any two charges are not changed due to the presence of the another charge. If there are the n number of charges, the force between these two charges not altered or changed due to presence of the another charge. The net force is a change due to the presence of the another charge. Net force is changed, but charge force between these two charges are not changed due to presence of the another charge. This is the superposition principle. We can calculate the net force on a one particular charge due to the presence of the another charges in the system. Then let us start the some numericals, practice the some numericals based on the previous topics. This is the NCERT question in the textbook. Two isolated charged copper pair A and B. Two insulated copper charged pairs A and B have their centers separated by distance 50 centimeter. What is the mutual force of electrostatic repulsion if the charge on each is a 6.5 into 10 raised to 7 coulomb? Radii of the A and B are negligible as compared to the distance of a separation. So this is the ask, what is the mutual force of electrostatic force of repulsion, because both charges are the positive value, so they repel from each other. A having the charge 6.5 into 10 raised to 7 and B also having the same charge and both having a positive charge, so there will be a electrostatic force of repulsion between them, and these two are separated by 50 centimeter. So we can use this, q1 is the charge on the A, q2 is the charge on the board B, separated by distance 50 centimeter. Convert the centimeter into the meter. This is zero point 0.5 meter, and value of the k equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. Use the Coulomb's law. F is equal to K Q1 Q2 divided by R square. Then 9 into 10 raised to 9, this value of the K Q1 and Q2 value, this is substituted here Q1 Q2, and R square is a zero point 0.5 square and F is in a Newton. By simplification, after the simplification, this is value is a 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 12 Newton. This is the first part of the question. The second is, first part is Bohr. The second is, what is the force of repulsion if each sphere is charged doubled the above amount and distance of the distance between them is a half. If each sphere is charged doubled and distance became half, the force of repulsion given by K is equal, charge is double, so 2 times Q1, again 2 times Q2, each charge is doubled and distance becomes a R by 2 square. By simplifying, say 4 into 2 into 2 4, and this is the 4 into 4 is a 16. So the force of repulsion becomes a 16 times larger than the previous case. This is equal to 0.24 Newton. This is another question related to the previous question. Suppose two spare A and B above question have the identical size. Both the pairs are identical, and third pair of the same size. This is the A and B are the identical, means same size, say having a same size. Their dimension is also same and same material. Identical means they are having a same material. This, and third is also same, A, B, C. These are the three pairs of the same size, shape, as well as same material. But third is uncharged, is brought in contact with the first and then brought in contact with the second. Finally, it removed from the both. What is the new force of repulsion between A and B? The case is, this is the one A sphere, this is the B sphere, and third is also C sphere. This is A, B, C. First, this is A, uh, C charge, it is uncharged, it having a uh, charge. This is a just touch with the A and then removed it and touch to the B. When identical charge touch with each other, the charge, this is the uncharged and this is the A is a charge, then there will be sharing of the charges with the equal value. So Q is the charge on the first body equal to 6.5 into 10 raised to 6, 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb. It will be get half the equally charged. So Q1, when Q1 having a charge 6.5 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb, when uncharged C2 is a touch with each other, then charge becomes a half. A1 acquire the half charge and C1 also acquire the half charge. They are separated, they are removed. When C is brought in contact with the B, C already having a charge equal to Q by 2 and B having a charge is a Q. Then charge redistributed equally, charge on the B or C equal to 1 by 2. The charge on the Q is a B, charge on the B is a Q and C 1 Q by 2. So total charge becomes a half on a each. So it will become a 3Q by 4 on each. So this Q charge is a Q1, Q and C having a charge Q by 2. They are touch with each other. So they having a charge equally 3Q by 2 and 3Q by 2. And again C is a removed and they kept A and B kept with the equal distance. Now the A having a charge Q by 2 and B having a charge equal to 3Q by 4 and they separated by distance again 0 0.5 meter. So what is the force of repulsion between? By again use the formula Coulomb's law 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R square. The, by substituting this value, first charge on the first is a Q by 2, second is a Q 3Q by 4 and R square. When simplify it 3 by 8 and the value of this previously calculated 1 by 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 and finally result will be a 5.7 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton. Just when simplify this and then 3 by 8 multiply by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. This is the value of this which is calculated in the previous example. This is a very simple question but important question and having a concept is when two equal or identical spheres they are touch with each other, one is a charge and another is a uncharged, then their charge will share half value, both they acquire the half the charge or they are equally distributed in the both the bodies. Let us go to the next numerical. The electrostatic force on the small sphere of a charge zero point 0.4 microcoulomb due to the small another sphere minus 8 microcoulomb in a air is a zero point 0.2 Newton. So two spheres, one having a charge zero point 0.4 microcoulomb and another having a charge minus 8 microcoulomb, their force of attraction because these two charges are opposite in a sign, opposite charges they attract, the attraction force is zero point 0.2 Newton. What is the distance between the two spheres? Then same we can use the Coulomb's law and q1 this value substituting value we can find the value of a r. So R square equal to substitute this value Q1, Q2, this is microcoulomb. Micro means 10 raised to minus 6. Q2 equal to minus zero point 0.8 microcoulomb. So minus zero point 0.8 into 10 raised to minus 6. Uh, this equal to zero point 0.8 into 10 raised to minus 6 in a magnitude and force equal to minus 2. Force equal to equal to 0 0.2 Newton. By substituting these values, we can find the R equal to, it will be a 12 centimeter. So this is the end of this introductory lesson. The simple questions we can do with this Coulomb's law and you do the more practice for this unit.